Hey everybody. So we're back. Looks like you decided to stick with me. Do you like my Germany shirt? Let's see if I can show it to you. Yeah. I love my Germany shirt. As a matter of fact, I didn't even buy this in Germany. So here in Florida, we have character warehouse stores. So we have one in, I don't know, it's like near Miami. I just say Miami. My husband always corrects me. It's not in Miami, which is like 2 hours away from us. And then they have some in Orlando too. They're like outlets for Disney parks. And they ship out their stuff that they don't like sell at the parks to these stores. Best places ever. Oh my gosh. If you go to Disney, like my suggestion would be to save some of your money to go get some goodies from those character warehouse stores, because you can get some really great things. Like I've gotten ears. I got this shirt. The one in Miami, because it's not in Orlando, isn't as picked through. So like we get some really good stuff. I bought, my kids use it every single year. I've had Halloween Mickey heads that glow that I got for like $1.99. I have a ton of them, that like tons of things that we get for cheap. Like we've bought like dioramas from there, pens. We get a lot of pens there. Clothes. Like my kids got a bunch of leggings and stuff. Anyways, highly suggest you guys go there. Like I said, there's two in Orlando and then there's one in Miami. So this one I got from Miami. I think my husband picked it up for me because he loves me. I think he spent like maybe like $3 on it. $3, yeah, because it was at the warehouse. So definitely, yeah, that's what it looks like. I love it. I actually have worn it to Disney when I go to Epcot. I'm like, I'm gonna get my Epcot shirt. Yeah. So today I thought I talked about water and getting free water at Disney because I don't like to pay for water. And like, here's the thing about me. First of all, I carry my Bubba cup in. I used to have a 40-ounce one, but the thing really weighs me down. This one doesn't weigh me down. I like these because they like keep my ice cold. The only thing is in the Florida sun, it gets really hot. Like this gets really hot. And I probably should put like, I don't know what they're called, like a carabiner on it so that I could hook it on my hip pouch. Cause yes, I actually wear a hip pouch, fanny pack, hip pouch. My mother-in-law on them, they call it a hip pouch. So that's the word that I use. But as a kid, I called it a fanny pack. I remember like them wearing their fanny packs and I was like, you'll never catch me in a fanny pack. And then like, they were like, we're at Columbia and they have fanny packs for like $11. Do you want one? Best $11 I've ever spent. I'm like, okay, you guys are amazing. These are right. Like these are perfect because then I can take snacks with me. I can take snacks with me when I go in on a ride. So I love my fanny pack. I keep my wallet in there. I keep like face sunblock. It's like my spare. I thought I'm on this like Facebook group for like amazing Amazon deals and they had sunblock. It was like 99 cents and I was like, done. It was almost kind of like ordering from Wish because I thought I ordered like a big thing of sunblock. No, it's like this big. It was like this big. So that's my backup sunblock. When I forget sunblock, I have it in my fanny pack. I keep obviously masks with, the word that I'm not allowed to mention, I don't think. So mask I keep in there. And then I keep snacks in there. I try to eat low carb. So I have like beef jerky and beef sticks that I keep in there. I love my fanny pack. It actually has like, I can stick like the kids' water bottles in there and stuff. Anyways, I digress. Okay. So I thought we'd talk about water. So this is what I bring. I bring this because my kids drop it all the time and it can withstand my kids dropping it. I have this weird like screw on, which is really amazing, except for I always forget to screw it on and I spill it all the time. But I like something that keeps the ice cold because I hate having melted ice. I don't mind having hot water. I'm weird, but because I live in Florida, like if my water gets hot, it's no big deal. I just don't like drinking melted ice water. I know that sounds so weird, but I've gotten used to it because I live in Florida and stuff melts, but I like these guys a lot. I have them. My mother-in-law has them. My sister-in-law has them. My husband's cousins, like they all have them. That's why we bring them. So I don't like paying for water bottles when I go to Disney. If you're going to come from out of town, you can always bring water bottles. You can bring water bottles into the park. The problem with bringing water bottles into the park is now you have all these water bottles to carry around. We did that for years. Even when I moved down here, like we would bring water bottles with us for years. I have done away with that. Whenever I take me, my husband, and our family, or my nieces, when they come with us, everybody brings a water bottle and we refill them. So they have water bottle fountains in Florida, but at Disney, but the water tastes funny to me. So I don't like to get it there. So you can actually get free cups of ice water. COVID, I don't know if I'm going to get dinged for saying that, but COVID has changed a bit about being able to get some ice water because not everything is currently open right now where you're available to like get ice water. But the theory is you can get a free cup of ice water at any quick service. Okay. So quick service is Disney's restaurants where you don't sit down and order and they like bring the food to you. You walk up to the counter and order. That's the best way I can think of to describe a quick service. And so you can get cups of ice water there for free. For some reason at Magic Kingdom, we get a really hard time at Cosmic Rays about getting ice water, even though they should give it to you. And I don't know if it's because there's the whole restriction through COVID and like being able to go in there and stuff. But sometimes I've had to be like, no, I'm sorry. I don't want to use the water fountain. I'd like to go get a free cup of ice water, please. For whatever reason, the kid that was there, the cast member, he was like, no, you need to use the water fountain. I was like, no, I know that I can get a free cup of ice water and I'd like one, please. And he did let me go in. He did push back. But I think that's just really the restriction thing. But for whatever reason, Cosmic Rays is the one that gives us the hardest time about getting the ice water. Pecos Bills, that's the other place that I go and get it all the time. They're really, really great about doing it. Any of your like sit down places, they don't really like to give you ice water. You can't really necessarily walk in there and like, cause like you couldn't not really just walk in and get reservations. Actually, you can through this part in time, but like you used to not be able to. So I don't suggest you going to a sit down, but any restaurant that is quick service, so you have to go up to the counter and order. Now, that does not include these little side vendors that you see. Like if somebody is selling bottled water and soda and bottled soda and pretzels and things like that, you are not getting a cup of ice water from them. You can pay for a bottle of water. So that kind of so it just depends on like if you want to, how much you want to save a buck, because Cosmic Rays is all the way on one side of the park and Pecos Bills is all the way on the other side of the park. And Gaston's Tavern used to do that. I think you can get water there again if you like go into the counter and ask, but it's hit or miss when they're open. I think they're officially back open. I don't remember the last time I went. I know that we got drinks there, but I can't remember like what the rule was when we were there. So those are in Starbucks. Starbucks will sometimes have water out that you can fill up cups, but they usually have cone-shaped cups, and I hate the cone-shaped cups. So when you get ice water, they give you like the small paper cups. It takes 3 of them to fill this thing up. Just so you know, I know that. So that's where I go in Magic Kingdom to get my ice water filled up. Let's see. Let's move on to the next part. Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is harder to, I have no idea the name of the restaurants that I use when I go in to get these waters. I probably should have done a little research before hopping on here so that I can tell you, but that's okay. So I am not going to pronounce this restaurant right. So Pandora, the restaurant in Pandora, the quick service in Pandora, I don't know. Satuli, is that how you say it? I don't know. Anyways, my husband's always like, why do you call it the weirdest names? And I'm like, because I can't remember what it's called. You can get ice water there. It's kind of tricky to get into that restaurant because technically like you have to have placed your order before you can go in. But I've walked in and been like, oh, I need to get water. But it's one of my favorite restaurants. So honestly, I usually fill up my water there while we're eating because we go and eat there every time we're in at Animal Kingdom. It's my favorite place. I love to eat there. I don't know. I was going to try to look it up. I don't even know if I could pronounce it. Satuli Canteen, SATU''Li Canteen. That's where I fill up my water the most. But that's where I love to eat. I love that place. I highly suggest it. I don't even know if this helps. It's like almost kind of like a Mediterranean flavoring to it. It's just really, really good. So the other place that you can get water is in Dinoland USA at Disney. So they have that little, it's off when you like walk in, it's off to the right. I'm going to see if I can figure it out. I should have looked it up. I didn't. Because I wasn't prepared for what I was going to talk about. I thought I was just going to talk about like just Magic Kingdom. And then as I was talking, I was like, oh, I guess I could look at it. Okay, so it's called Restaurantsaurus. So any of them that have like soda machines in there, you can just like walk up and use the water on those soda machines. But you can also go to the counters and ask for water. So they have water there that I know for a fact that I get cups of water from. But again, when you're running into the problem of them being on opposite sides, so you have to take a hike. I don't know that I've ever asked for cups of water anywhere else. That's not true. The place where I get the Simba drinks. So if you're in Africa, like, and you come over the bridge and there's like the drinks and they have like this drink called Simba. When I've ordered there for drinks, I've also gotten cups of water there. I do know that one for a fact. So you should be able to walk up to any quick service. So like where the fries are. See, I told you I don't know the name of the restaurant. There's a fry place like out on your way to Asia. They don't give out free water. You have to buy your ice water there. I do know that. I tried that there. And then Hollywood Studios, the ABC commissary, if you can get in there, you can get cups of ice water from them. They've been really picky because they have like very limited seating, and because it has AC, a lot of people like to go in there and eat, and so getting in there and getting a seat can be really, really hard, but you can fill up at their soda machines there. I have done that before. I'm trying to think, where else have I filled up my waters at Hollywood Studios? The backlot, gosh, I don't even know, because they were working on the backlot restaurant. I don't know if they still call it that. Let's see. Thank goodness for Google, huh? So they'd still call it the Backlot Express. I guess it didn't change. You can go in there and get ice water. I get ice water from there a lot too. And again, I just say, I need 3 cups of ice water, please. And then they give me my little cups and I just fill my water bottle up because I don't like to use them from the fountain. So we went Epcot. Let me think. I go into the Land Pavilion. Get my water there at the Land Pavilion. I don't remember I don't know if I ever have gotten them filled up around the World Showcase. I'm sure you can, but you got to make sure that they're quick service. Like, you should be able to walk up. So if they have a festival going on, you can't walk up to just like a booth, like the food booths, and ask them for a cup of water. That's not going to fly. You have to buy a bottle of water from them. But if you actually go to the quick service restaurant, so Regal Eagle, you can get ice water from Regal Eagle, and you can actually just walk in and do that one. So just keep that in mind. So you don't have to buy, the Mexican restaurant. So the quick service Mexican restaurant right there in Mexico, I don't even know what that's called. I get water from them all the time, but their line is always long, like so long. I always hate it because like we wait forever there, but I get water there. They also have rice. So if your kiddos are really picky, but they like Spanish rice, I get my kids Spanish rice there. They just changed their Spanish rice. I was so bummed because it used to be like a white rice and like they had cooked it in almost like a broth, and it had like carrots in it, and my kids loved it. Then they changed it to the Spanish rice, and the kids are so on it. So I think I talked about every single one of them that I can think of. So yeah, just look for quick service, like honestly, and I don't pay for water at all. And like, I'll get myself water and I'll put it in here. If I don't, like sometimes if we're just going for like a day, I don't necessarily bring my kids all a bottle of water. We'll just share mine. So when I get waters, I might ask for like 3 extra cups because I have 3 kids, and I just give them those cups to drink up for a while. The thing that's a bummer about it is wasteful because you can't use the same cups. So that really does bother me, but they do have recycling, so I put it in the recycling. So, it beats buying bottled water, in my opinion. So that is kind of how I go about doing the water. Again, you can bring water bottles. If you bring water bottles, I highly suggest you freeze them. Again, I don't like melted ice water like that, so I never did it that way. You can also bring ice, just so you know. So like I mentioned this in another video, but I'm going to say it again. You can no longer have loose ice. So you can bring in coolers, but you need to either bag up that loose ice. So if you're staying at a hotel, bring Ziploc bags. Honestly, you should always have Ziploc bags in your Disney bag that you take, because like popcorn, like I just put it in bags and give it to my kids. I don't know if you know this fun tip. If you buy one of their like, popcorn buckets, like their fancy popcorn buckets. You can refill them. I don't even know what the refill cost is at this point. I don't remember if it's like $1.99, $2.99, something like that. But like seriously, when I don't want to pay for a lot of snacks and I don't want to like buy a bunch of food for my kids, I'm like, let's have some popcorn. Especially if I'm like stalling because we're gonna go like eat somewhere and they're like, I'm so hungry. Like we bring our popcorn buckets. It's attached to our bags. It's attached to our stroller. My mother-in-law has one in her car. I have one in my car. My husband has one in his car. And we just take it in and we refill our popcorn bucket. Technically, it's only supposed to be good for the stay that you have, but we've had the same popcorn buckets forever and we just take them in with us. But again, I digressed. What was I originally talking about? Oh, ice. So when you do the ice, bring Ziploc bags at your hotels. You should be able to fill up ice right then in your Ziploc bags and stick them in there for the day. Do you realize though that ice will melt and so you will leak water? You can bring ice packs too, but like if you're staying on property and say you're staying at a value resort, those refrigerators don't keep things very frozen, just so you know. They're not that great. So there you go. There's some information about water. If you really need some more information about the water, like I said, I just kind of got on here and was like, oh, I'm just going to wing it. Drop it in the comments and I will answer those questions for you as best as I can about where I get water, how I do my water. And if I find any special ones, it's kind of funny because I told you guys before, my husband listens to podcasts. And I'm like, these podcasters, they want to tell you like the history and you learn about the music and all of these things. But I'm like, what about the important things like where to get free water? And my husband's like, nobody cares about free water. And then one of the girls that he follows on Twitter did a podcast episode about free water. And he was like, you will never believe what she talked about. And I was like, what? And he was like, getting free water. I'm like, see, it's important. People need to know where you can get free water. Why are we wasting our money bringing bottles of water? So now I have saved you some money. All right, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And I'm going to work on getting you guys some more content and some more videos so that you can have the best trip when you go to Disney.